Some pressure off of this young quarterback, and no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3.
Check, check. Fresno. Rock it. Do that.
Now a give right side. It's Holmes, and able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. Give him 14 on that one and a first down.
And there we see an early burst that makes him one of the leading rushers in the league.
Well, I want you to know, I listened to you yesterday when we were watching film. You said write down the word vision for him. It was on display there, wasn't it?
It certainly was, because he allows the blocks to set up in front of him. And if that continues, it could be a long afternoon for those guys trying to play some defense.
Come on, set. 10 Lobo. Double dog. That's the way. 22 jet bombers. Get it.
Right back to him on first down. He'll be taken down at the 48 for a pickup of 2 yards. These two teams squaring off here in week 1. You might remember they used to be in that old NFC West division together from 1995 to 2001. The Falcons, Saints, and 49ers were also in there with the Rams and Panthers. And the Panthers recently, they've dominated this series. They've won 6 of the last 7 against the Rams. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
I'm going to come back to you. Hey, Leo.
On the run is Charles. And nowhere really to go there. He'll take this up just shy of midfield. They follow up the gain of 2 with a gain of 1 that time.
But now they're in a spot that every team tells us when we have our production meetings they don't want to be in, 3rd and long. And that's because those back-to-back running plays just didn't accomplish a whole lot.
The Panthers turn to their nickel set here as they get ready for 3rd down. Operating from the gun, Bradshaw. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. 23 yards, the final tally. And a nice start there to the aerial attack to pick up the first.
And I think preseason is officially over now. Getting into the groove of the regular season, that's a great way to get started. First drive of the season, what a nice completion.
The first down carry here for Charles. Stopped at the 24-yard line after a gain of 5.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5.
Hey, lock it.
Charles. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. 11 yards there, first down. Quite the opening drive march they're on right now.
It looks a lot like what we saw in practice prior to the game, doesn't it? You know, because on that last big practice beforehand, you go through your offensive script. You go through your play calling. You go through all the stuff and establish things. And it looks like it's going like clockwork right now for them.
Here we go. 30 base. Hey, team 6.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw, eluding the pressure right. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
It's always a battle. Who's going to win on first down, the offense or the defense? Let's face it, if you've got the ball, 4 yards or more on first down is what you're aiming for. They tried to throw for it there. Nice effort to knock that one away and bring up 2nd down.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Going to give this time to the tailback. And he couldn't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. 12 yards there and a first down. The impressive opening drive continues and just space being created by those guys up front.
We're seeing this the same way, aren't we? We are seeing an offensive line, as this game gets started, as it starts to unfold, that they are dominating the line of scrimmage.
Here we go. Set. 60 outlaw. Drop deep, drop deep. Wide, get wide. Jump. Deep grip.
They'll let Charles try and get him in. Into a mass of bodies, and I think they held him out. They did. Call it no gain, and it's going to be 2nd and goal.
They're right there at the 1. No gain, but don't let that stop you. Line back up and keep going at them. If I'm them, I'm thinking about going at it 4 straight times.
Another shot here for Charles. Fighting for the end zone. He lost the football. It's out, and it's picked up by the Panthers. He's at the 50, the 40, and a big return will get him all the way down to the 35. So the turnover forced, and a wonderful job on a big return.
And how about the convoy that got created to help him get all the way back upfield? I mean, that's the part that people miss on. That's practice. That's worked on. It doesn't just happen in a game and everyone rallies. They discuss it prior to, and everyone knows their role when they create a turnover like that.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
57, Mike 57. Hey! Hey, check Mike 57. Mike 57.
Following the fumble recovery, Newton. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
Brandon, it looked like he had his hands on it for a moment, but let's face it, that was going to be a tough catch all the way because of the presence of the defense right there as he was trying to haul it in.
Yeah, nice job to force the incompletion. Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 35.
Lucky. 8.
It's a 2nd down run with Sanders. And his first carry, he loses the football. And now the Rams have got it, going the other way.
Tell me I didn't just see these first 2 possessions. I mean, is this one of those cases of anything you can do, I can do
better?
Maybe not better, huh?
Worse?
Yeah, just a little bit. Very sloppy start. I think maybe a case of the nerves for both teams.
And now we're back to an even playing field. Following the fumble recovery, Bradshaw. He hits his target, left side, Watson. And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds. That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down. 4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. 2nd and 6. That's complete. It's Charles. And he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play of this first quarter. We're scoreless after 1.
Ready. 18 Gator. 53. Quit talking about it and bring it. Get it.
Short yardage situation. Here's Charles. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. A gain there of 12 yards and a first down L.A.
So right after the defense gets you the ball on a takeaway and a fumble recovery of their own, you've got to reward them, don't you? You've got to stay out on the field, give them a chance to rest, and how about doing it the way they did it, running the football and picking it up on 3rd down.
Yeah, would not have wanted to go 3 and out. They avoided that right there.
Yeah, they avoided the glares as they went back to the bench, didn't they?
Got a man, it's caught at the 6-yard line. Touchdown, L.A. A big play there. His first NFL reception goes for 6 as his guys are first onto the scoreboard here this afternoon.
Walsh adds the extra point, and that makes the score 7-0. And so we have the touchdown. Now here's Blair Walsh to kick this one away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And the decision to bring it out will cost him about 5 yards as he'll get this only back to the 20. This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. And they had the fumble last time that led to a touchdown. That's a no-no. We'll see what they do here this go-around.
A big no-no. Put that in capital letters. Turning it over, the other team takes it down and scores. That can be a deflator for a football team. Now it's up to the offense to get back out on the field and pick things up.
Well, they're out there. We'll see if they can pick those things back up. Escaping the pressure right. And he gets it here to right around the 24 before he's out of bounds. He'll get 5 out of the scramble. It's second down.
Okay, he's not going to get the first down, but this is still a nice job of buying some time and then running to get to the sideline and get out of bounds and avoid the big hit.
Hey, right there in the middle, 55. Right. Motion out. 58, 8.
Looking to throw again on second down. Newton. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a third down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
Hey, Brandon, watch it, hey, here we go. Watch the pass. Watch the pass. Check. 55, my God, 55. Great. Here I come again.
Just beating the play clock is Newton. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. This is taken at the 18. And spins away. A very good return that time. 18 yards. And the Rams will go on offense here with a 1st and 10. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. Things progressing to plan so far. Their defense has been solid, and they've got themselves a 7-0 lead after the touchdown the last time they had the ball.
And this is no time to even think about, hey, are we going to milk the clock? Here, we just have to do ball control. This is the NFL. 7-0 leads. They don't last very long unless you continue to push the envelope on offense.
He'll get a nice chunk there on the 1st down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
2nd and 4 at the 42-yard line.
Go
6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4.
Slam. Hey, switch gears.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And he'll go down right around the 47 this time. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
Boy, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral. Also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
Yeah, that one sailed on him. You've got to make sure you give your receiver a chance to come down inbounds because they are very gifted. They'll make the circus catches, but if they make them out of bounds, that does you no good.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Throwing again. Bradshaw. Throw left side complete. That's Holmes.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
And they're left looking at 3rd and 8 after the second down pass play only went for 2.
Good. Mike, 53. 53. Mike. You don't want none, baby. You don't want none.
From the gun, Bradshaw. Throw right side is hauled in by the tight end Gonzalez. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Panthers' 37. 2 minutes on the clock, second quarter, 7-0 ball game. We remind you that coming up in 2 minutes, we'll again head down to visit with Jonathan Coachman in Orlando, back for another year. He'll have scores from around the NFL here on this opening weekend. They'll run on first down. It's Charles. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down.
Something to watch here in week 1 of the season, tackling. Because you and I both know that in the preseason, a lot of these guys don't play a whole lot. Plus the intensity and the speed really ratchets up on opening week.
Leo, get ready.
On first down, it's Charles again. And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. They give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6. You talked about the need for them to establish the run early. They've been able to do that here in the first half.
And that means that the whole offense has adopted that attitude and that persona. We're going to take care of this young quarterback. Let's all get together and run it and take the pressure off.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6.
7. 53's the Mike. 53. Check 53. Let's go.
Back to throw. Bradshaw. And that is caught, but the back judge right there to say incomplete.
Those throwing windows get a lot tighter near the end zone, don't they? And here's the thing. You already probably have 3 points in your hip pocket. You force a throw here and give up an interception, you come away with nothing.
Especially tough in the middle third of the field where he threw that one.
218, chop. Mike 29. Hey, pick your game up. Hey, wahoo. 29 is the Mike 29. I hope you brought your lunch. Stop that.
To throw on third down. Bradshaw. Holmes has got it complete. And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. Now the Panthers going to use the first of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. On now, it's Blair Walsh as he'll try the field goal here. From the right hash, it's a 35-yard attempt. And Walsh able to convert it as his kick is good. And the lead moves to 10-zip. So the drive stalls out inside the 15-yard line, but they do get 3.
And I've talked with enough players nowadays, and when they have these types of kicks, that no one says to their guy, hey, that's just like making an extra point, piece of cake. Because the extra point is not a piece of cake anymore. But kicking a field goal from that distance, just give him confidence and let him knock it through.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And things haven't started so well for this side. 2 drives, 2 punts.
So now you've got to start looking not just at play calling, but which guy's going to step forward and say, okay, let's get this thing done. Because within that unit of 11, sometimes one guy can make a big-time play and break through the barrier.
Now here's a pass on first down that's knocked away and incomplete. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25.
Alert 3, alert 3, alert 3. 25, check 25, check 25.
Not wanting to take a chance this time, they'll keep it on the ground. And obviously not fooling anybody here as they stop him behind the line of scrimmage. Officially, it will go as a 1-yard loss, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down. A final shot before the break. Newton. Now on the run, he'll throw it back deep over the middle. And unable to connect, incomplete. Now give them credit, they took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. So we are at halftime here in the opener of the 2019 regular season. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports halftime report. Coach, this will be taken to the back of the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. They come out here with a 0 on the scoreboard. What was said in that locker room? That's what I want to know.
I would love to have been in there because we often have the feeling that there's a lot of shouting, screaming, people upset. But typically, halftime locker rooms are a lot more clinical than that. And in this case, are they upset that the plays weren't working because of execution, or did they think they were just bad plays to call?
Yeah.
We'll find out pretty quickly here if they feel like they had something going, but they just need to do it a little bit better or not.
We'll find out. Call it a loss of 2 on the play. And that'll lead here to a 3rd down.
Ready? 6, right there, 56. You ain't going nowhere.
A shotgun snap for Newton. And he fires one that's intercepted. It's the Honey Badger, Tyrann Mathieu. And he will bring it back. It's an interception return for a Rams touchdown.
Quick 6, that's what they call us.
Did I just see what I thought I saw? Did I just see what I thought? That had to be. Come on, say it for me. Say it for me. Who picked off that pass?
The free safety.
Oh, you got to have those great skills back there. Eyes, anticipation, great hands. And, of course, how about the fluid moves afterwards to take it all the way to the house?
Sounds like you're watching your old game film up here in your head.
Yeah, that's the dream I had of being that player. I just never was.
So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. They're down 17-0, really needing to find that offensive spark on this drive as they have it with a 1st and 10. Coming off the pick 6, it's Newton. That one caught by Tyreek Hill. And they're able to get this one across the 35. That play going for 16 yards to start the drive. 1st down from all the way up at the 38 now after a good start to the drive. On 1st and 10, it's Sanders. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line.
That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down.
Brings up second and 11 at the 37-yard line.
Here we go. Like 80.
56. I know he ain't got it.
On second and 11 now. Newton flushed out right. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's third down. It's been this way most of the afternoon, hasn't it? This secondary, they really put this receiving core on lockdown.
Listen, they've worked together like a basketball team that's playing excellent defense. Great communication, doesn't matter whether it's man or zone. And especially against deep balls, as we saw there, they're not giving up anything to him.
He rifles one that's intercepted. Bernardrick McKinney, the linebacker, picks it. And the return this time will go out to the 42-yard line. First possession of the third quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days. Third quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
Sponge. No. Check three.
You're out.
Crunch.
They'll keep it on the ground with Charles again. And he'll take this one down to the 36.
Partner, we know today's NFL is really built around the guy throwing the football. But these short runs, they still pay dividends because they can take their toll on a defense and they can add up as the game goes along. You control the clock, you control the ball, and that way you often control the game.
Here we go. Set. 50. Plant.
Number 53. Mike 53.
Five.
From the gun on third down, Bradshaw. And that'll wind up incomplete. Bold play call there. Now it's fourth down.
We know it's not an easy job to go out and catch passes when people are trying to tackle you and knock the ball away. But the bottom line is, that's a pass he's got to have and a pass he should have caught.
And Walsh able to convert it as his kick is good. And the lead now increases to 20-0. They got the interception, but very little movement after, and that forces him to settle for 3. And it does feel like settling when that happens, doesn't it?
It certainly does, but we got to give a lot of credit where it's due, and that's to the defense because they ran onto the field. It's what we call sudden change, right? Interception, you got to go put out the fire, and they did, holding them to a field goal.
This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. They're in a bit of a bind, a pretty big bind, down 20-0 as they start here on 1st and 10. Now this one to his running back out of the backfield. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
On the draw, here's Sanders. And that didn't fool anybody. He's going to be dropped in the backfield. It's a loss of 4. Now third down.
But if these guys are going to chop into that deficit, they're going to have to do a much better job in the run game. Caught behind the line of scrimmage, no yardage to be found.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down.
20.
Off play action, Newton. And down he goes on the pressure from the Rams defense. And how about this? 4th and long, and they're going to go for it.
One thing that I liked about this guy during the draft process was his motor. Of course, I loved his skills, but he plays hard on every down.
And that motor on full display there as he gets his first NFL sack.
20.
They will go for it. Now Newton. He's going to sling this deep down. And got his man complete. 20, 10, touchdown, Carolina. Tyreek Hill, 82 yards. And the Panthers are able to cut into this lead. That certainly went against the traditional ways of playing football, but who cares? Look at the result. Big touchdown.
They went for it on their own side of the 50. So there's conservative, there's aggressive, and there's really aggressive, which is what we just saw there. Tip of the cap to them.
This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. And it appears we've got a member of the Rams shaken up on that last play. Hate to see this. Week 1 of the season. We'll be back. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hitting distances that we almost start to take them for granted. And we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that, and they better make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11.
Check 4, check 4.
They'll keep it on the ground, this time with Charles. After getting stuffed on first down, not much better there. 2-yard gain.
Yeah, baby.
It's a gain of 2 yards. And it's 3rd down.
We are through 3 quarters here on NFL Kickoff Weekend. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Ready. 90, Wolf.
What we got? What we got? What we got?
On 3rd down, Bradshaw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. William Hayes, the pride of Winston-Salem State, coming in to drop him. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
Let's go. Let's go. Let's go.
At their own 30-yard line.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you score...
And they get to Newton and take him down for the sack. Bernardrick McKinney muscled his way in for the sack.
I think normally we would talk about this more with basketball players and football players, but let's adopt it in this case. He's a stat sheet stuffer.
Had the interception earlier, now a sack. What, he just needs a touchdown for the trifecta.
That's about all he needs, and he's going to go for it.
Watch the slant. No. Off. Big ass.
Throwing on 2nd and long. Newton. He's going deep for Brown. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a 3rd down.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown. Downfield, and look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually that becomes man on man, and you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down.
Check the backer, check the backer.
On third down, they turn to Sanders. A good pickup there, 7 yards, but it brings up fourth down. And they're indeed going to go for it here on fourth down. So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out. The Panthers going for it on fourth. Newton buying time to his left. He may try and run for this. And the Panthers turned away on fourth down. And the Rams get the football in outstanding field position. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
Kill. Hey, turn it out. 80 weapon. Bravo.
Let's go. Hey, we got Mike, number 53. Mike, 53.
Let's go, tight end. Let's go right here now.
Throwing to start the drive. Bradshaw. He's going to take a shot right away. And this is caught. He's got it. Touchdown, L.A. In for the score. And the Rams tack on to their advantage. They were still throwing with a comfortable lead here late, and now that lead even more comfortable.
And your first thought is there bad blood that went into this one ahead of time, that maybe they're seeking some revenge or they just don't like them? But the other thing that always hits me is, are they worried about playoff positioning? Right? Are they worried about, do you need enough points in case there's a tiebreaker that comes into play later?
Needed a couple yards for the 2-point try. They go to the ground game, and it works.
And sometimes it's the exact right thing to do, because a lot of teams play you for the pass. So you spread people out, decide to run the football, you often find good running lanes.
This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And last time out, went for it on fourth down, turned it over, gave them great field position, turned into 6 points, so they've got to recover here, Charles.
It's amazing what one decision can do in the chain of events, right? The decision to go for it on fourth down
caused all of that.
It caused every bit of it, but it showed confidence. Hey, I've got confidence in you guys. Go pick it up for them. Didn't happen. Also showed confidence in the defense. They didn't pick up their end of the bargain, so now they've got to come back out and start over and rebuild that confidence.
That one, 28 yards on the ground.
We'll definitely see some open running lanes, and he's taking advantage of it right now, but that shouldn't be a surprise. Defense has the lead. They're playing for the pass first.
Newton to throw. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on first down, but he couldn't reel it in. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense that's well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front putting on the pressure. The backside being ball hawks and picking passes off.
On second down, it's Sanders. Looking for a crease, can't find one. Stopped at the line of scrimmage. Calling no gain on the run there, and now they'll be looking at a third down.
It's 3rd and 10.
So now 3rd and 10, a big play to start the drive, but nothing since.
I'm going to run you over. 59, Mike, 59. Express! 59.
Now Newton. And look at this. Cam Newton intercepted a 3rd time. It's Quentin Dunbar with a pick. And they will take over at the 26-yard line.
Well, this defensive pressure has been constant all game long. The pass rush, the coverage, they've all been excellent, and now they'll tack on an interception here as this one continues to slip just further and further out of hand.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. There have been no struggles here for this crew. I mean, they were up double digits at halftime, and they've just expanded that here in the second half.
And it appears there are no answers from the defensive side. I think right now.
And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Rams. A big play there. Making quite a splash with his second touchdown in his NFL debut. And the Rams tack on to their advantage. Extra point up and good by Walsh. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. And so we have the touchdown. Now here's Blair Walsh to kick this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And all deep in his own territory. He coughs up the football. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals.
I'm glad we were paying attention during the rules seminar because we learned the only time you can't advance a fumble like that is in the last 2 minutes of either half.
Right. Other than that, if that ball's out, whether forward or backwards, it's live and free for anybody.
No doubt about it. When you say free, that means he's got free reign to pick it up and go. That's exactly what happened there. Took it in for a touchdown.
That'll be taken in the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have stayed where he was, as he'll only get back to the 16-yard line. This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. And 3 interceptions in this game. And I would have to think, I wasn't a quarterback, but number 4 is kind of, you're like, oh, man, I can't throw 4.
No, what's interesting is, what do the coaches decide to do now? Having thrown 3, do you alter your offensive strategy? Do you take the ball out of his hands and maybe turn to the running game? Or do you have that supreme confidence that he's going to turn things around?
We'll see what they do. The throw down the field, caught by his running back. And he's going to be out up around the 45-yard line. It's a Carolina first down on a gain of 16. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down.
I got you, boy. I got you, boy.
Out of the gun, Newton. Left side here to Sanders.
That's it, baby. That's it. That's it. Big hit.
So it's Panther football as we welcome you back. The Rams going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this.
6-man. Check curls, check curls, check curls.
Now the Georgia Southern man, it's Matt Breida. And he'll get it down here to the 43. 7 yards there and a first down.
Yeah, once more, strong running, excellent blocking at the point of attack. They've got a nice little drive brewing right here.
Watch the boot, watch the boot.
On first down, Newton. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by the linebacker, Demario Davis. And they will take over at the 26-yard line. All smiles and high fives on that defensive sideline. That interception will cap off what was truly a tremendous performance.
Yeah, if you can hold a team to 7 points in the NFL, that's the kind of day that you feel really good about. Now, I do know a few guys are going to think to themselves, held them to 7. If we made one more play, could have had our shutout.
And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. Nice way to start the drive, a gain of 12 and a first down. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Here's Charles. And he loses the football a second time. And it's picked up by the Panthers. And it's a defensive return for a late touchdown. So they still need somewhat of a miracle here, but at least that gets them a little bit closer. The point after is good, and that'll cut the lead down a bit to 28. So it would no doubt be a miracle comeback from here, but let's see what they can do starting with the onside kick. Now the Rams will signal for a timeout, their second. That'll leave them with just one remaining in this fourth quarter of play. And the hands team for the Rams able to secure the football. Now they're down big here in the fourth. They had to try the onside kick. Can't fault them for the effort at least.
No, you can't at all. And if nothing else, now you've put something that you're trying to practice, right, that you've worked on into a game situation, and now you can go back and dissect it. So if you need it again sometime, maybe you'll find a better way to do it. But, yeah, this game's pretty much done for them.
Hey, Sam on. Under, look at me. Door, get it.
On first down, Charles. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. First down, Los Angeles there with a pickup of 14 yards. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. That one looks like he'll throw here. Looking left sideline, incomplete. The incompletion there stops the clock. Any surprise they're throwing here late?
Ordinarily, yes, because you would think enough is enough. They've got plenty of lead, but I've seen this a bunch of times as well. The defense is going to crowd the line of scrimmage. If you just hand it off inside, you're getting your running back popped a lot as well. Sometimes the defense dictates it. If they're going to crowd it, you may have no other choice but to throw it downfield.
So the L.A. Rams with a victory here. And, partner, I must say, good to see you again. Been too long. And it's good to have football back, isn't it?
Didn't you see me in preseason? Weren't we together in preseason?
Yeah, but preseason, you know, it's preseason. This is week 1.
Oh, you're trying to say real football.
Yeah, real football.
Not preseason football where we shake down the rosters and figure out who's going to play, and maybe the starters don't play as much. Now it's the frontline guys from the first whistle.
Yeah, I tuned you out in the preseason. And now I'm listening to you. So for Los Angeles, play